In the cold and harsh icy ocean, catching red shrimp, a rare creature that lives deep under the sea, is an arduous journey that requires courage, sophisticated techniques and careful preparation from fishermen. Red shrimp often live at a depth of 200 to 500 meters below the surface of the water, where the temperature is almost freezing and light cannot reach. To access their habitat, fishermen must use specialized ships that are resistant to ice and equipped with modern positioning systems to accurately identify areas with high shrimp density. The fishing process usually begins with dropping traps containing attractive bait into the ocean floor. These cages are specially designed to withstand great pressure in deep water, and have suitable openings so that only adult shrimp can enter, ensuring the sustainability of marine resources. After releasing the cages, fishermen must wait from several hours to a whole day to pull them up. Depending on the weather and fishing location, each time the cages are pulled up, it is a challenge with big waves, cold wind and thick ice clinging to the equipment. This job requires not only strength but also the coordination of the entire boat team. When the precious red shrimps are brought to the hold, they must be processed and frozen immediately to maintain absolute freshness. Each trip like this can last for weeks, even months, in the middle of the wild sea without human footprints. Although danger lurks and the weather is always harsh, the high value of red shrimps and the pride of the sea have made many generations of brave fishermen continue to go out to sea, despite wind, snow and ice, to bring back the most quintessential products of the ocean, not only stopping at catching. The journey to bring red shrimps from the cold ocean to consumers' dining tables is also a process that requires carefulness and professionalism. After being frozen on board, the shrimp will be stored in cold storages that meet international standards to preserve the quality of the meat, famous for its sweetness, firmness and natural bright red color. When the ship docks, each batch of shrimp is classified and strictly inspected for quality before being transferred to processing plants or exported to high-end markets such as Japan, Korea, the United States or Europe. Each red shrimp is not only the result of luck at sea but also the crystallization of sweat, effort and sacrifice of fishermen in the cold polar regions. They have to live in deprived conditions, facing risks such as icebergs, strong winds or equipment freezing midway. Many trips to sea yield nothing, or even have to return empty-handed due to sudden changes in the weather. However, they still steadfastly stick to the sea, because in their hearts there is not only the desire to make a living but also a deep love for the profession and a flesh and blood attachment to the ocean. Today, with the support of modern technology and appropriate conservation measures, red shrimp fishing is gradually being managed more closely to ensure the sustainability of marine resources and maintain long-term livelihoods for fishing communities. Looking at the fresh red shrimps on luxurious plates, few people can imagine the long, arduous journey and determination behind them, the journey of people overcoming the bone-chilling cold, overcoming the vast loneliness of the ocean to bring back the most precious essences from the deep sea in addition to technical factors and harsh natural conditions. Catching red shrimp in the middle of the icy ocean also requires a deep understanding of the migration and reproduction rules of this shrimp species. Red shrimp do not live in one place but often move seasonally, following ocean currents and water depth. So fishermen must have extensive experience, combining data from sonar fish finders to accurately determine effective fishing locations. Many times, just a few nautical miles off course can cause a whole day of hard work to be in vain. This knowledge is not found in books, but is accumulated and passed down through many generations, from our ancestors who went to sea to today's young fishermen. Therefore, each fishing trip is not only a production activity but also a continuation of tradition, a testament to human intelligence and bravery in conquering harsh nature. In recent years, as climate change has become increasingly evident, catching red shrimp has become more difficult than ever. Melting ice, warming seas and changing ocean currents have disrupted the habitat of red shrimp, leading to reduced yields and longer fishing periods. This has forced fleets to adapt by improving equipment. Applying oceanographic data analysis software and working closely with marine research organizations to update information quickly. At the same time, governments and international organizations have also tightened regulations on fishing quotas and protecting marine benthic organisms, to avoid overexploitation and depletion of this precious resource. Red shrimp is not only a valuable commercial commodity, but also a symbol of human strength against nature. Each shrimp caught in the middle of the icy ocean is a vivid story about the courage, intelligence, perseverance and strong belief in life of people who stick to the sea day and night. It is they who are not afraid to face the bitter cold and the huge, blinding waves who have contributed to writing a silent epic in the middle of the icy ocean, where life and hope are always nurtured by the calloused hands and passionate hearts of fishermen. Not only is it a labor, the journey to catch red shrimp in the middle of the icy ocean also carries deep emotions and secret poetry that only seafarers can understand. The long nights drifting in the middle of the ocean, when the sea surface is covered with ice and snow and the sky is pitch black without a single star. The sound of waves lapping steadily against the ship's side and the bone-chilling cold seeping into every inch of clothing become familiar companions. In that silence, many fishermen often look up to the sky, thinking about their families, about the small roof on the mainland that is waiting for them to return after months away from home. They are not only manual workers, but also people with a deep love for the sea, for the feeling of facing nature, overcoming challenges to find sweet results after countless hardships. On each ship, the camaraderie between fishermen is a vital factor. They share each simple meal in the cold hold, together brace themselves against each storm. each thick layer of ice that can collide and damage equipment at any time. Every glance, every nod on the deck contains absolute trust, because in the middle of the vast ocean, when there is only the sea, sky and waves as friends, people must rely on each other to survive. It is from those moments that many people are attached to the sea as a part of their flesh and blood. And even though they know danger is always lurking, they still cannot leave. Nowadays, although modern life has many more attractive career options, there are still many young people following in the footsteps of their ancestors, pursuing the profession of catching red shrimp. They bring with them new technology, innovative thinking and the hope of doing their jobs more sustainably and effectively. But at the same time, they also carry in their hearts respect for the sea, for the profession, and for generations of fishermen who have shed sweat. Tears and even blood in the cold ocean to protect the country's precious resources. Red shrimp fishing is therefore not only a profession, but also a living symbol of courage, of the spirit of overcoming difficulties and of the sacred harmony between humans and the vast ocean because of its sacred values. Catching red shrimp in the icy ocean is gradually becoming an indispensable part of the maritime culture of many northern countries, where people not only live by the sea, but also live for the sea. Images of brave ships breaking through the ice to reach the sea, heavy traps pulled up from the deep, or the bright eyes of fishermen when they see the first red shrimp sparkling in the cold light, all create a vivid, beautiful and challenging picture. This is not simply a story of making a living, but also a harsh but humane dialogue between humans and nature. Every year, when the fishing season begins, the fishing ports are busier than ever. Mothers, wives, and children quietly send their husbands, fathers, and brothers off to sea with anxious but resilient eyes. They understand that the journey ahead is not easy, but it is also the pride of the whole family and community. When the ships return after many weeks at sea, carrying precious products and the sunburned, weathered faces of the fishermen, the whole fishing village seems to come back to life. The laughter, the sound of engines, the sound of waves lapping the shore blend together into a bustling symphony of life, of gratitude and belief in a brighter tomorrow. And then, those red shrimps continue their journey, passing thousands of kilometers, to luxurious restaurants, crowded banquets or warm meals in a distant family. Few people know that to have that delicious dish, there have been countless hard-working hands working tirelessly in the cold of minus tens of degrees. There have been countless tired eyes watching the ships far away at sea. Red shrimp, that seemingly small creature, is not only a gift from nature but also a symbol of perseverance, of a deep love for the sea and of human strength in the face of hardship. It is a journey to overcome the ice, not only by ships and equipment, but also by a warm heart that never cools in the cold sea and sky. From these values, the red shrimp fishing profession has gone beyond the scope of a simple economic activity to become a precious spiritual heritage of coastal communities. In many polar regions, where ethnic groups have lived for hundreds of years with the sea, the festival to celebrate the successful red shrimp fishing season is held annually as a sacred ritual. People together offer offerings to the sea, praying for calm seas, full holds of shrimp and fish, and safe return of loved ones who went to sea. Folk songs and dances resound around the blazing campfire, blending with the murmuring sea breeze like the whisper of the ocean, sending their hearts to the resilient people who have stuck to the sea for generations. Along with pride comes an increasing responsibility in protecting the marine ecosystem. Environmental organizations and fishing associations have called on fishermen to adopt more environmentally friendly fishing methods that minimize damage to the seabed and non-target species. New generation fishing cages are designed to be smarter, allowing juvenile shrimp and unwanted species to escape, while ensuring high selectivity and minimizing waste. Fleets are also encouraged to record trip data, monitor yields, and develop appropriate fishing strategies to avoid overfishing. From a broader perspective, red shrimp become a bridge between humans and nature, between tradition and modernity. Between economics and environmental ethics, it poses a big question for society: how can we exploit precious resources while maintaining ecological balance for future generations? It is not only a problem of technology or policy, but also a challenge of human conscience and vision in the era of global climate change. Therefore, each red shrimp caught is not simply a commercial product, but also a silent symbol of many profound meanings. It is the crystallization of labor, a memorandum of courage, a reminder of the responsibility to preserve the ocean. In each firm, sweet piece of meat of the red shrimp, there seems to be the salty taste of sweat, of tears, and the flavor of the desire to conquer nature while still preserving the most sacred things of the Mother Ocean. And then, over time, the red shrimp fishing profession in the icy ocean will continue to exist, develop and adapt. Just as humans always find a way to survive in the harshest conditions, today's young generation of fishermen not only inherits the experience of their ancestors, but also carries with them modern knowledge, market sensitivity and a deep spirit of nature conservation. They understand that, to maintain a sustainable profession, it is impossible to rely only on output but must rely on awareness, on respect for the ocean, a place that has fed people for generations with its generosity but also its strictness. On modern ships today, besides positioning devices, depth gauges, automatic cage pullers, there are notebooks recording each day of calm seas or big waves, each successful or failed cage release. The data not only serves production, but also helps scientists study changes in currents, sea temperatures and shrimp migrations. In order to make accurate forecasts, better supporting both fishing and conservation, a combination of science and folk experience, of machines and the intuition of seafarers, is gradually forming a new method of exploitation, smarter, more humane and more sustainable. Red shrimp, a seemingly small creature in the vast ocean, has now become an important link in the global livelihood chain, connecting remote, cold seas with bustling cities around the world. Every time it appears on a luxurious banquet table, red shrimp not only carries the quintessential flavor of the deep sea, but also contains a long story about labor, about aspiration, and about the deep connection between humans and nature. From the icy waves to the warm lights on land, the journey of red shrimp is a journey of life overcoming adversity, a testament to the ability to adapt and constantly rise of humans, although the future is full of challenges. It is certain that, as long as there is still the sea, there are people who love the sea. The red shrimp fishing profession will continue to be written, like a quiet but great epic in the heart of the icy ocean. And then, when night falls on the cold seas of the North Pole, the lights from the red shrimp fishing boats still silently flicker in the thick darkness, like small stars lighting up hope in the vast ocean. On the cold deck, the fishermen still steadfastly guard their cages, check their equipment, occasionally stopping to look far into the darkness, where each large wave reminds them that nature can turn its back on them at any moment. But in those eyes there is no fear, only calmness and familiarity, as if they were born to face those challenges, to live with the sea, and to be steadfast because of the sea. Although each trip is potentially dangerous, it cannot stop the footsteps of those who have attached their lives to the wind and waves. Because for them, the sea is not only a place to make a living, but also a memory, a source, a belief. Catching red shrimp in the middle of the icy ocean is not simply a job to earn a living, it is a bravery, a desire to conquer nature, and a testament to the miraculous ability of humans to blend in with the laws of nature, not against it. Looking back at the entire journey, from the initial preparations, the journey through the ice to the sea, the arduous process of releasing and pulling the cages, to the preservation, transportation and distribution, each stage is associated with dedication and silent sacrifice. Each red shrimp that reaches the consumer is the result of a long series of tireless efforts, of people constantly fighting the cold, hunger, and homesickness to keep the rhythm of life of the sea industry never stopping. And so, over the years, red shrimp is no longer just a luxury seafood, but has become a living symbol of a strong and enduring marine culture. It tells us a story, not only about the cold ocean, but also about the hearts that always burn amidst the ice, about the human will that can overcome even the harshest nature, as long as they still have faith, still love, and still step forward amidst the vast waves. From that inspiring story, the red shrimp fishing profession in the middle of the icy ocean is gradually being recognized and honored as a part of the living heritage of humanity. Many documentaries, photo books, exhibitions and reports have been made to record every authentic moment on the boat, every sunburnt face of